Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. We got a Tyler Oliveira visual today, man. I investigated. Have you ever heard of this place? Murder Mountain. Weed, outlaws, and missing people.
Never heard of it.
I wonder why it's called that.
We're going to find out.
Hey, with that being said, before we get into it, always make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Locking it with a thumbs up.
Man, let's hop into it, y'all. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? You ready?
I said I'm ready.
There's people that get walking cages in the woods and starve to death almost.
We have more crime than New York City and LA combined.
You better stick with someone native around there because they will take you out.
He actually stabbed somebody in the neck with an ice pick. There, they ended up finding 6 bodies out there.
I saw my friend Emerson. He was hanging in the tree.
I wonder how many of these stories true and just some of them being false.
Well, you see all the missing flyers, so obviously these people, families or whoever, have reported them missing.
Bruh, back in the day, I used to go to Walmart and see missing flowers all the time.
Okay, people were actually missing. They just never, like, if the people were found, they never took them down or updated it, so it just stayed up on the wall. I remember that back in the day.
But what I'm saying is, sometimes stories be false too, though. Yeah, it might.
Now, as far as, like, let's just watch it.
I'm saying what could be a stretch and what could be the truth.
We don't know. We're not there, so we just, like...
It's over, dude. What do you mean it's over? You gonna kill me?
Is your guys' car?
Yes, sir.
Ain't got no assurance.
This is
Murder Mountain, a remote area of California where hundreds of people disappear without a trace every year.
Before California legalized weed in 2016, countless illegal weed farms went wild in Humboldt, Trinity, and Mendocino County in this area known as the Emerald Triangle, the largest cannabis-producing region in America that supplied an estimated 60% of the country's pot before weed was legalized. But after legalization, most weed farmers were annihilated as legalization brought new taxes, permits, compliance, and large corporate competitors that achieved economies of scale, ultimately increasing the supply of weed, decreasing its value, and destroying the black market economy the people of the Emerald Triangle relied upon. So, almost 10 years since California legalized weed, what happened to the towns, trimmigrants, and farmers that lived in these mountains? I met up with former trimmigrant and citizen journalist Darren in the small town of Willits to explore the remains of the Emerald Triangle while we worked our way all the way up to Murder Mountain.
When I first worked on that farm, I was staying at a local hotel here in Willits. One of the maids, she barely spoke any English, and she saw trimmigrant signs, and she actually put us into contact with another gentleman named Jose who drove us up to this one sketch house in the middle of the mountains, and then we got into a second car and they blindfolded us and drove us here. Even though they blindfolded us, I have photographic memory, so as soon as I saw the local hills and stuff, I knew I was on Houck Terrace, not too far away from all the other pot farms I used to work on. A really dangerous industry, to say the least. You know, sometimes the pot farms up here and feuds between them make the feud between Timmy Turner and the Dinkelbergs look like Sunday in church, to say the least.
So we made our way over to the nearby trailer park to get some wisdom from Darren's old friend. Darren, how do you know this guy?
I used to hitchhike back and forth between San Francisco and Seattle, and this guy was pretty much here all the time. That looks like his trailer right there. His mom might be home. Wish him luck, you guys. I'm going in.
You got this, bro. You got this.
Hey, brother. Oh, this is Darren. I'm looking for the other guy who used to live here.
Johnny died.
Johnny died?
Johnny died 3 years ago.
They shot him or what?
No, he had that brain tumor. Some assholes took him over to the fucking house, and he, because he was smoking meth. They said that he had a seizure in the bathtub.
Dude, so Johnny died.
Okay, let's get out of their hair then.
But the gentleman said he's willing to maybe do an interview.
I'm here with
Thomas Ortega.
So why do so many people go missing out here?
If say they need 1,000 people to trim, they'd send out 30, 40,000 flyers. Here at Safeway, at the end of the summer, you hardly see anybody that speaks English because the trim agents come into town and everybody speaks French and Russian and all these different languages.
From Europe?
Oh, they're everywhere from Europe. They come here in hopes of getting trim jobs. They can't get any, so they're stuck in Garberville. And there's hundreds and hundreds of little tiny roads that disappear out into the hills, and they go for miles and miles and miles and miles. Some people are really bad because they're out there cooking, and it gets real dodgy out there.
Sketch.
So you don't go roaming around.
When did you notice the cartel presence out here?
When you start seeing signs along the roads that are about buying houses for cash, people that buy homes and they'll buy cash, and they set them up for grow houses.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it's cartel or I don't know if the cartel even makes. I don't know what they do around here. The town there between Lincoln
Alder Point?
and Garberville. Leggett. You'll start seeing signs on stores of people that are missing and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But mainly in Garberville.
We're thinking about going to Covello today. Any advice?
Oh my God, Covello's bad. Covello, just be careful in Covello. It's all reservations. The state put, at one time, they must put like 6 or 7 different tribes in Covello. Let them sit there and they fight it all out. So they fight between themselves. They're all gang members and they all fight. And they kill people and put them in trunks and set them on fire, and they shoot people, and it's a bad, bad road. It's a bad area to stop. It's a bad area to go in. And
It's the Wild West out here, huh?
they had a road saying you could go to Fort Bragg. But once you get out so many miles, the roads turn to numbers, and there's no more roads. And if you don't know where you're going out there, you end up in some sketchy, weird places. I want to go steelhead fishing out there in the old river, but I won't drive out there.
All right, brother, you got me nervous now, but appreciate the intel. So we begin our trek up to Garberville. On our way out, I noticed this mysterious Masonic temple. Masonic?
This is where
Oh, hell no.
this is where the trimmigrants come.
Come on, let's lock in. Yeah, they're up there. They're squatting. You see the lights? Actually, is that even real?
Holy shit, there's people up there right now.
That's a little creepy. Honestly, I'm getting a little creeped out here.
So this is where trimmigrants passing through, people coming down from the mountains, they stay here.
You guys know who's in here?
Oh, what the f***? These guys What's up, man?
We saw some homies in there with the lights on, and we're like, yo. And we waved, and then they turned the light off and closed the window right over here. We think they're chill. They may be passive. They may be violent.
Whatever.
I've never seen people there though, huh?
No.
Darren's going up there right now. Hey, Darren, be careful, eh? Terrible idea. What are your thoughts on the weed industry out here?
I mean, it was big before. It's kind of dead now. Yeah. You don't really hear much about that, but
Yeah.
growing up, it was a big thing. There's a lot of stories you hear up at.
We're trying to learn more about the dark side of the cannabis industry. You have any thoughts?
Dark side of the cannabis industry, go to Covello.
You should go up to Covello if you really want to like.
What is it?
It's called Covello. That's where I hear the most stories of.
Okay.
So you know, you go to Covello, you better stick with someone native around there because they will take you out. When I lived up there, there were
Are the
wars.
cartel and the tribes at war right now?
They were last time I was up there. And you want cops? I had to threaten someone's life to a cop because they told me they'd show up the next day for a situation that happened with my kid. So I said, if you don't, he'll be dead and you'll be here in 2 hours anyway. So they showed up.
Defend her kids.
It takes them 2 hours to get there in a situation where they know someone's going to die. When they told me, oh, we'll wait till tomorrow to do something about that, I said, you either come now or you're going to be coming in 2 hours because this hatchet in my hand's going to be taken off his head.
We hear a lot of people are getting killed out there.
It was where there's like every month there was someone dying, if not more than someone.
Who's killing them and why?
It's population control. The Covellonians, they like the money. They really lose on the loss of their family members. I mean, it's like the Indians are getting treated really bad again.
Tell us what we should look out for.
Definitely the cops. If you don't have your back on them, then the town won't trust you. Maybe if you had a gun, hand it to them.
Give them the gun.
Yeah, because I doubt if they'll shoot you, they'll enjoy the gun. That's what they told me when I got there.
Give us your gun.
If you go steal us a gun, then you can stay here with your brother in 8th grade.
When you were in 8th grade?
Yeah, they're going to kill me and kill my brother too.
Have you been to Covello?
No.
Okay. Have you heard of Murder Mountain?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Not much to talk about.
What do you mean?
Just not much to talk about.
You don't know much about it, or people kind of zip their mouths when they think about it?
We hear it, why talk about it?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Covello. That's what I keep hearing.
He an asshole.
Right? I'm like, you either know some or you don't. If not, well, just okay. Thank you.
Yeah, he give off asshole vibes.
And it sounds like, Darren, we're gonna have to head up there, find a native contact, and see what's actually going down. But first, we're headed to Alder Point. And rumor has it, lots of illegal weed farms out there, I think. Is that accurate?
I would say the best weed on earth is grown on Murder Mountain.
You know, I've been over on a couple farms over there and stuff. There's some people that, you know, are bad people, you know, and they're doing some trafficking up there and everything. There's a lot of wholesalers coming from the East Coast, you know, because, you know, we got the best weed, you know, better than Colorado, Oregon.
We're headed into the belly of the beast, if you will. We're going to Murder Mountain. Do you have any advice for us so as to not end up on the news?
Okay, so a lot of people are going to have guns and everything, you know, they're going to have all types of guns, you know.
Before we make it to Alder Point, aka Murder Mountain, we first have to spend the night in Garberville.
My friends and I, we used to camp down here at the Eel River. They found a woman's body burnt alive in a refrigerator. Used to be a lucrative thing. You'd get paid per pound you trimmed up. They'd give you a couple $100, and now you're lucky to make it out with your life at the end of the season.
And then I stumbled upon these weed farmers walking around the parking lot who agreed to an interview before I went to bed. Where are we at right now?
Garberville, California, Emerald Triangle.
What do you do out here?
Pretty much a little bit of everything, from growing the beautiful marijuana plants to getting it ready for sales.
So you're not a trimmigrant?
Right, not a trimmigrant. Yeah, I'd rather grow it and hire the trimmers than, we're the farmers out here.
We're farmers.
So how long have you been growing weed out here?
22, 23 years now.
How has the weed industry changed since the legalization of weed?
There's not really no money to be made anymore.
There's nothing really to do with pot anymore unless you're selling to the clubs. It's not even worth to water your plants. They're asking like ridiculous, like $25 a pound, and before it was like at $2,000.
Tell me about your role hiring the trimmigrants and where these trimmigrants are from.
I try to stay away from anybody new. It keeps everybody safe. If they have experience, then take them up someplace, to work, of course, and test them out there. And then if they're good enough or can do a lot and not complain, then ship them off to another boss. Just try to keep the circle going.
So I hear some of these trimmigrants are in like indentured servitude type situations. Is that common?
How should I put this? There is some scary things up here. Yeah. Like, it's not all just, hey, peace, love, and hair grease. You gotta watch yourself if you're working up on the hills.
It sounds like after the weed was legalized, this whole town's economy collapsed in on itself. The town is dead. They're suffering right now.
They are definitely pinching pennies, and when they find them, they're rubbing them, and they're trying to make something out of nothing. It's a dying industry.
Now today is an ominous, foggy morning. You can still see the moon out there. Hey, brother, question for you. I'm wondering if you can tell me a little bit of history about the town. Would you be down to tell me a little bit about the before and after since the weed legalization?
No, can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Too sensitive? Or?
Yeah.
Before, there was tons of businesses and everybody could afford stuff to go on like vacations. Now, since legalization, as you can see, there's a bunch of businesses closed down. People are moving out. It's definitely gone downhill.
What was the community supported by? Like the weed business?
Yes. Everybody grew weed.
Okay.
Had their grows and stuff, and then legalization, everybody had to get permits, all the different regulations and stuff, and so now everybody is like, getting rid of all that.
How you doing? Question for you, brother. You know anything about Murder Mountain?
You're fucking
Huh?
You're a joke, dude.
I'm a joke?
Yeah, Murder Mountain's a joke.
We're trying to figure if most of it's like myth or bullshit, you know what I mean?
Where are you from?
I'm at Esto.
Okay, go back home.
What's the situation with people going missing out here?
A lot of it was to do with the weed, people getting, like ripped off or getting worked, and then, we're not going to pay you, you'll just go missing.
Like we're talking workers on some of these farms?
Yes. And other things, because there's other, other drugs and whatnot, but...
Oh, hell no.
All right, I'm telling you, it's over, dude.
What do you mean it's over?
Don't fuck.
You're gonna kill me?
No, I ain't gonna kill you.
All right, what are you talking about then?
It's a scam, dude.
Wait, that's what we're trying to learn, though. We're trying to figure out...
It's up there, so don't fucking go and... Yeah.
Of some young kid, and then the dude who owned the dog, because the kid was like, I'll kill your dog,
Sure.
And he ended up getting shot and killed.
The kid?
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy, bro.
Right?
But even like right here on the bluffs, people have gotten thrown off, jumped off.
God damn, okay.
Off and, right over the guardrail onto the river. Because there's been multiple people to where everybody has to do their own like vigilante research and justice and trying to find their family members. And there's been, a bunch of people that I have known that are gone. Nobody knows.
All right, brother.
Where you gonna be, on YouTube or fucking Facebook?
Hopefully Facebook.
Oh, Scambook? Okay. I'll see you there.
Hell yeah, brother. Can I ask your thoughts on Garberville?
How about I ask you to get off my property? This is private property. You need to leave now.
Boy, you're a worker. You don't even own the building, bro. And even if you're the manager, you're still just a worker. You don't own the building.
What is happening?
But it's no loitering, soliciting, or panhandling. Which what he's doing is considered loitering and soliciting. To a degree with soliciting.
Trespass.
So this is the Garberville laundromat. Growing up, hitchhiking across the country. It would rain nonstop every day, all night. Our clothes would be soaked, we'd be wet. This is one of the few places you can go get your clothes dried up here.
We were talking to a gentleman out there about Murder Mountain, and he got pretty aggressive immediately. What's going on with that?
Wait, it's not over yet? I thought it was over.
Murder Mountain?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. How much of it's fiction versus fact.
Yeah, I don't call it Murder Mountain. I call it Adultery Point.
Okay.
Have you heard of anybody going missing lately or any bodies being found along the river? Have you seen Bigfoot by chance?
Yes, all three actually.
Tell us a little more.
My main thing is that there's a bunch of dead animal carcasses. As far as humans, you always find out with humans. I mean, we keep track of our people. And then it just seemed to progress. Every time you go in the supermarket, it seems like there's fresh meat, And then that freaks you out, like, is it humans also that are,
The meat was a little sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've traveled the world. I've met thousands of people from all walks of life, from every corner of the globe, and I can't shake the feeling that woman was a cannibal back there. It's
She come up. Look.
We're gonna head up to Redway and then to Alder Point. We were getting closer and closer into the heart of Murder Mountain. As we drove higher into the foggy mountains and closer to Alder Point, I spotted these people camping in the woods off the side of the road and wondered if they knew anything. We're gonna walk up this mountain right now and just say what's up. Keep it chill. Just be friendly. Hey, yo. Loud, make your presence known in case we see a few camps up here. Hey.
Anybody up here?
How's it going?
Morning, brother. I'm a friend. May I approach? I have no guns or anything.
Hey, sir. How are you? We're trying to talk to some farmers out here and some trimmers. Do you work out here?
I used to. I haven't been working a long time.
Is that after like the legalization of weed?
Yeah, pretty much. It's still the black market.
We hear a lot about a ton of missing people up here in these mountains. Is that still a problem?
I don't know about
people
coming up missing too much anymore. There's definitely still some people missing back there.
I actually know a lot about the topic that you're talking about here.
I want to know everything I can.
Well, I grew up out here, and back quite a few years ago now, my brother actually, he froze out in these hills. It was really interesting the way it happened because there was a dispute over water with my neighbors because they wanted the water for their weed plants and for cattle for whatever reasons. A lot part of it was for the land. My brother, he froze out in these hills, and there's even some bruises. His fingernails were pulled back and that kind of stuff, and it's just like suspicious. And so I've always
It could be hypothermia. When you going through go through shock so bad where you start doing things that's not normal, like pulling the fingernails back, and you thinking, because it can make you delusional. And so we thinking it could be something else, but even from the stories you heard, people going through hypothermia, lost in the wilderness like that, they tend to do things that make it seem as though somebody does something to them.
Impossible was like foul play.
Yeah, like looking at it from a sober, same mindset. I just said so. I don't know why I said sober, but from the same mindset, it looks as though, this is foul play. But hypothermia, when you start thinking about it, it could have been that. Pulling the fingernails back, certain things he's done,
Yeah.
His fingernails were pulled back and that kind of stuff, and it's just like suspicious. And so I've always kind of had, you know, something going on about that, but it's happened so many years ago and like we couldn't do anything. And then the law enforcement didn't really make a large effort for it. They had dogs retrieve him. That was one of the first times where I was really impacted by this. For a long time, I actually grew up over in Bell Springs, or worked over in Bell Springs up in the mountains. I actually heard rumors that some of this started happening way back in the 80s. There was actually some people that were murdering people up in the hills, but they were actually cannibals too, and they were way up there, and there was actually some cannibalism going on.
Yes. We're headed up to Alder Point. We're trying to learn more about some of the dark underbelly of these mountains. What should we know?
That you're going to be in and out of cell phone range,
okay,
and that people here don't really warm up to strangers. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned that you're going up Alder Point. I don't know if you watch the series Murder Mountain. There's a lot of missing persons up here. Get asked to work and they never get paid, and they demand payment, and then they just get shot and killed and buried in someone's backyard.
What's the craziest thing you guys have heard of out here?
That Ryan Tanner pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't there cannibalism?
I don't know about cannibalism,
Jesus.
but
Tell me about Ryan Tanner.
he at least killed one friend of ours for sure.
Serial killer out here or what? Tell me about Ryan Tanner.
He at least killed one.
Edinburgh killer Ryan Tanner sentenced to 39 years but will be released earlier. Friends, family members testify.
Friend of ours for sure.
Serial killer out here or what?
Supposedly, yeah.
Jesus, okay.
Supposedly there's a bunch of bodies out on the property.
I had another neighbor about 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He actually stabbed somebody in the neck with an ice pick. When he did that and he stabbed that guy in the neck, the police went out and they raided his property and they brought cadaver dogs out there. They ended up finding 6 bodies out there.
They think that they can come here and make like a few $1,000s. There's a lot of promises. They're living in their cars. They're living in tents. And then when it comes time to get paid, they don't get paid. And I've heard
What happens to them?
so many horror stories. They just get shoved off the hill.
Are there other drugs in the mountains besides cannabis?
It's people getting carried away because they get this money and then they start using drugs and then their brains stop working and so then they turn violent or whatever.
Do you think the police do a good job at maintaining control of the situations
Okay,
out here,
so-
or are they kind of hands off?
That's part of what the problem is. They're all rookies. They're all being trained up here. And so this is just a training ground for most people. There's a few officers that do a good job, but besides that, there's just too much area for them to cover. If you call the police, it's going to take them at least an hour to get to your house, depending on where you live.
May I approach? I'm a friend. I come bearing gifts. I mean no trouble.
He's gonna get us killed. Yeah, cute little dog there. Brian, my name is Tyler. Thanks for coming out here, brother. How many years you been out here?
15.
You come up here to work in the weed industry?
No, actually, didn't come down here for any of that. Oh, blah, blah.
How is life up here? We've heard a lot of legends and myths and craziness.
There's some, I used to live way in the back on the next mountain.
Okay.
They call it the Witch's Kitchen. And there's some really crazy up here. I see this thing called the Wendigo.
You've seen the Wendigo? Yes. Can you tell me how it looked? I've heard of the Wendigo.
It's really huge. It had the word deer skull on its face, and it was really gnarly.
That sounds scary as f***.
I noticed along the drive up here, there were a lot of Sasquatch, Bigfoot statues. Have you ever seen Bigfoot?
I've never seen Bigfoot. Okay, one time I got chased up the hill down over there by Ravenscliff. I can't say I saw it, but it was just like an outline. You know what I mean? It was like
a silhouette.
Something moving, and the dogs were all barking, going crazy. It could have been a person.
Sure.
But there was a vehicle, and we'd actually drove by this vehicle. It was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and this vehicle was on fire. There was actually 2 people inside of it. The people were burned in the car. They were covered in gasoline. I'm pretty sure they caught the person that did it.
So when weed was legalized, people lost a ton of money out here. The communities were destroyed overnight, or what?
When I first came here, this place was
like the second
majestic,
gold rush.
and it was just like, yes, it was amazing. I mean, so many people here. I mean, I could go to the Brass Rail and like party every night, you know.
And down by the river, there'd be like little festivals.
Yes, it was beautiful here. It was amazing. I saw the aftermath. I've seen the aftermath of like quite a few of my friends. Like I saw my friend Emerson. He was hanging in a tree. You know?
Hanging in a tree?
Yeah.
You think that's some form of retribution out here?
And I saw my friend Sarai floating face down on the river. You know, Jordan Rose was tossed over a cliff. And, you know, I mean, I could go on and on and on. My friend Dave was found the next day, on a trail, right? If you guys are going up there with the camera and stuff, and you ask people if they mind, if you film, I wouldn't go very far up there. Just be careful. Don't fucking go up there.
Okay. Brian, thank you so much, brother. Be safe out here. After nearly everyone we spoke to expressed concern for our safety, we descended to the legendary Murder Mountain, Alder Point. But real quick,
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
if you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month. We made it to Alder Point. Here's the USPS. Looks to be closed. It looked like a complete ghost town with the only store in sight closed, the postal office vacant, and abandoned cars on the side of the roads. But I was surprised to see this dude across the street. We're traveling across the Emerald Triangle out here, trying to talk to folks about these mountains.
Nice to meet you. I've been here for 30 fucking years.
Tell me how this place has changed before and after legalization of weed.
We lost the store.
No more store? It used to be right there?
That store was open since I was 12 years old here. Been open since 1910, and it's closed. There's no gas. There's no nothing, dude. This place is done. The legalization of marijuana killed this country.
We're trying to learn about Murder Mountain. What's real? What's fake?
There's nothing real about
Let me take
Murder
5 out
Mountain
and then give you the whole pack.
Okay.
It's a real nice place. It's nothing like it used to be. With the legalization of weed and everything, it just kind of dried up around here.
What was this place like during its boom?
I've only been here 12 years now.
Okay.
But when you think the legalization of marijuana would be better, if that's what y'all are in?
But it probably made it harder for people because they needed to, with all like the permits and all like the documentation, paperwork and stuff like that, probably made it harder.
But the reason why I'm saying is because now, with it being illegal, technically the booming y'all experience, possibly a lot of people caught charges and stuff because, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So y'all was getting in legal trouble, but it was like, it was financial benefits though. But I guess kind of same way with like the legalization of alcohol back in the day.
Yeah.
We wasn't alive or anything, but people was able to profit, thrive. And then once they legalized it, it kind of made the bootleggers and the ones that made the moonshine and stuff, they kind of floated away out of business because now you can legally buy, and those who got the money. But I'm like, y'all financially headed. Y'all should have been able to, you know what I'm saying? Why you keep looking at me like that?
Oh, I'm just looking. You talking.
No, I'm saying like with you being able to like if y'all had all this amount of money, y'all should have been able to flip it. And to me, the legalization would have made it better, not worse.
You would think, but
it should have.
Right, you would think, but I don't know the reason why. I have to look into that to see like.
Yeah, I probably try to watch the documentary just to get like more information.
Yeah.
And everyone had, pockets full of cash, and people were having fun with it, and small businesses were booming. Everyone was doing really good. It was just very lively. A lot of good people running around, but also too on top of that, it brought a lot of bad company. A lot of people that were just here for the money, didn't care about the environment. Left a lot of big messes. Mainly, a lot of people had to get 9-to-5 jobs.
Okay.
Weed just wasn't worth anything anymore, so yeah, places like this are pretty much ghost towns.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, this place was a complete ghost town. While the few residents I could find shared me the nostalgic stories of its glory days, they all still seemed to enjoy the peace and isolation they still had. But not everyone was happy to see outsiders with cameras poke their heads around. Yes, sir.
The only reason that there's probably been a lot of,
maybe he doing that because he was trying to go. I ain't no telling. Because you parked in my way.
Oh no, man. It's the way he acts it. Then they say, yeah, he just.
Because he ain't got no insurance.
The only reason that there's probably been a lot of killings and stuff out this way is because, like I said earlier, the weed money brought in, just people coming to look to make a big buck,
Sure.
A fast buck or whatever. Those are the people that typically cause the problems.
Was he trying to... Is homeboy just being theatrical over there?
No, he was just being a dick because he didn't like me talking to nobody about this place.
During the height of the cannabis industry, how much were some of these farmers bringing in per year? Millions of dollars?
I worked multiple operations. There were multi-million-dollar operations.
What was it like working for some of those guys?
Sucked. They were real dickheads, dude. They were tighter than fuck, dude, and they barely give you a fucking rebuild kit for your motorcycle so you go to work the next fucking day, dude.
Can the people come visit or stay the hell away?
We like our peace and quiet. But no, you guys are more welcome to come.
No, it's like the stash plants.
Oh, let's see this light. God damn. So this is the stuff they sell at cookies.
No. We have 6 plants here that we can grow legally.
Darren is going to do a little taste test here.
No chemicals, no poison.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is some of the best weed I've ever smoked in my life.
Would you like to dispel any myths about this place? We talked to...
Not on no YouTube. I don't want no video.
Okay,
man.
for sure.
Too close to the neighborhood to have any outsiders, man. We don't
I
want
see.
this on YouTube. Oh, come to Alder Point. Hey, all you scumbags, come to Alder Point or whatever, all you losers or whatever. We don't want that, you know what I mean?
I hear you. We're trying to
You
figure out
guys
what's
don't
real,
give
what's...
a
Which is true. Which is true. Once Tyler goes and he like makes it feel like more welcoming, other YouTubers are gonna go and then they
Feel
got
like
an
they
influx
can,
of people who just been enjoying their privacy and their peace. I think it's kind of more of such of this has always been this. I'd say it at the end.
About Alder Point. Go somewhere else, man. We don't want to be nationally known or world known, man.
Because it does look like a small town where they just been
Yeah.
enjoying themselves. The weed industry kind of faded away. It's just a bunch of stories being constantly told for so many years. And it seems like from their viewpoint of it, that's not what it is there anymore.
Yeah.
Now, it might have happened.
A lot
but
of it was going on at one
years
point.
ago.
Yeah, but like now they like, okay, some, a few things have faded off. A lot of the, I guess, crime or whatever the case, whatever was going on.
Since
That's
the
kinda,
since the industry is not
died
as
down a little bit. And we just want to live. We just want to live our lives
in
be
our
at peace
peace.
and
Yeah.
not bothered.
Yeah.
Which nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that at all, man. Like, I guess I will try to watch the documentary and try to, cause that do seem like. Let me see what could have documented. Let's see. Oh no, I ain't spelled it right. So it's on Netflix.
You did spell it right.
No, I left that R off.
You left the what, man?
R.
Oh.
R.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So it's on Netflix. So I'll check it out on Netflix. Or you can, if you got Roku TV, you can watch it on Roku.
Yeah.
But I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? Now back in 2018, it seemed like it possibly was. You know what I'm saying?
Probably
some things going on, but
or definitely before because it had to been before for y'all to make it because it was made in 2000.
Yeah. I'm saying like up to that point,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like the myths and stuff probably were true, but now it's
Click on this real quick. That's what right there.
what this?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was just reading it. Okay.
But yeah. Like I watched the docu and just see
Yeah.
what they talking about. Like just see the information and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know. But hey, man. With that being said, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us down below. You think things still going on?
I think things are still going on. Stuff going on everywhere, but it's just to like, what is it related to? Like, crime happens everywhere, every day. But it doesn't mean that everything is related to this one thing.
And tied in.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, facts. But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid Assist.
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We out.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my